Time is 12 minutes to 8. Roleplay was cancelled last minute today, so I've made the most of my time. Of course I have. Hey, got plenty of notes. I asked all the questions that I need. Got good answers. First question I asked was, when I'm not selling an overly emotional course, like fitness, dating, I'm selling instead biz op, e-commerce, trading. I don't need their emotional state to be as bad as someone who's overweight. Because what I really need, and I'm self-correcting my tonality as I speak on the fly here, what I really need is the change in states from where they are now versus where they want to be. That's all I need. All I need is the contrast. Where they are now doesn't really matter by itself. It's the contrast that matters. Right? So the person could be at 5k a month, but versus their goals of 15 to 20k a month, that 5k a month now looks terrible, or it creates that pain. And that 20k a month gives you that contrast, gives you that freedom, and then all the good things when it comes to desire. That contrast is what I'm looking for. If I'm comparing someone who's currently at 5k a month in their ecom brand or trading versus someone who's in despair because they're overweight, obviously when I'm comparing those two states, there's going to be discrepancy. But it's irrelevant because I'm not trying to bring the person here to, here. It's irrelevant to this person where this person is. Because this is their normal. They want to be here. And what's relevant to me is the gap. Because the gap between their current reality and the desired reality, that's what's going to create that pain or that inspiration or just the emotional energy where they know they need to change. It's simply the contrast. Okay, that makes sense. So no matter what I'm selling, as long as there's contrast between their current state and where they want to go and who they want to be versus who they don't want to be, then I can sell anything. I clear that up. Next roleplay I'm going to do, it's not going to be a weight loss dating course. It's going to be a more business orientated course. Trading. No, not trading actually, because I don't believe in trading. I don't believe in Forex trading. Because if the highest players in the game all went to university and went to the best finance schools and are now killing it on Wall Street or in London banks, then what the fuck are people doing at home? Really? I don't see the value in that. So unless I see something else that changes my opinion, I'm like, yes, you can learn to do this from home. Unless I see that, then I'm not sold on that, and my integrity is worth more than me making money. So, and I'm never going to sell a course that I don't believe in, and I don't believe in Forex. I don't believe in trading, not as a reliable source of income. Fitness, fuck yeah. Dating, fuck yeah. E-commerce, biz op, fuck yeah. Generating leads, yeah, fuck yeah. This is good shit. Got a lot of notes here, but it's all very, very rough and scattered. One point Tim made during the sales call is park the money early during objections and then close on finances when all the fear is handled. So if all the money was dropped out of the sky, you'd go in. That's uncertain. If that money was dropped out of the sky, you'd go into the course. Cool. Then handle the objections. Now, one point that Tim made was how to tie up objections properly using Logic Island. Properly. Right. And what I'm going to look out for now is if an objection ever comes back up, even when I think I've dealt with it, then it's not the prospect's fault. Why is the prospect using that objection again? They're only bringing up that objection again because I've not logically tied it down, so it still makes sense in their head to bring it back up, which means I've not handled the objection correctly. Which means I need to learn how to handle the objection correctly. Right. Another thing, and this is an additional part to the script, there's 2 tests when it comes to parking money. Okay, well, if you had the full 5k, would you do it? Okay. If we broke this down into a more manageable structure, would you do it today? Yeah, no, I still need some more time, I want to still think about, okay, what's coming up for you? Is it a bit of uncertainty? It's not the finances, because we've already said we can break this down to a manageable structure, and you do it if the money is dropped out of the sky. What's coming up for you? Is it a lot of money for you? Bit of uncertainty. These tests are good, by the way. They are good. They seem good based off my experience, which is admittedly limited in this space. Full 5k, would you do it? Okay. If we broke this down into a more manageable, digestible structure for you, would you do it today? Okay, what's coming up for you? Cool. That makes more sense. That makes a lot of sense. Got a whole lot of stuff when it comes to DM setting, SDR roles. I'm going to come back to that later. The entire point of this is to raise capital. That's the entire point of this. And I can, and I will. It's 5k. I can raise 5k. It's a piece of piss. Right? It's a piece of piss. 5k over 3 to 4 months. Okay. I break up from uni, last exam, in June, right? Argument's sake, let's say it's March. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 months to make 5k. Come on. Don't take the fucking piss. 4 months to figure out how to make 5k. And even if I don't, all right, just to play devil's advocate, even if I don't, if I have a steady source of income, let's say I've got the 3k in 4 months, come on now. If I can maintain that steady source of income, I can just get in on a payment plan if they offer a payment plan. Either way, if I want to get in June, come summer, then I'll find a way to get in. And that's exactly what I'm going to fucking do. So, I've got a good grip of reality here. The chances of me getting a closer role right now, based off what I've heard, don't seem likely. Not in the next few months. So, my goal my goals are to do role plays, as many role plays as possible. Practice, 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 get a feel for what I'm doing, review everything, document my progress, come back every Thursday with questions, clear things up. Memorize, memorize, memorize. Rip stuff off when I need to, because a lot of his script is old. Improve, improve, improve. The goal is to have a solid base by the time June comes around. June, I'll have the money to get into the fucking Quantum Pro course. Throw myself in. No offer? That's alright. June, get in. June, July, August. 3 months. 3 months. Fuck yeah. There'll be a fun fucking... It's going to be a fun fucking 3 months. Again, this plan is realistic based off the information that I have. Tutoring. Tutoring charge £30 an hour. Say 2 clients a week, £60 over to 62. DM setter would be a good way to get myself into sales. But you know what? Even if I made a shit offer, some experience is better than no experience. Plus, I want to see where I'm at. Really. I want to see where I'm at. Right. Carrying on. How to know if logic is fully handled. So the example we went through is the prospect said, yeah, I just need to talk to the partner about the finances. Yeah, the finances. It was clarified that the finances is the biggest part. You cannot move on from there onto finances because he said it's the biggest part. It means the partner is still a part. So if you move on, handle the finances. That you've handled the biggest part. Yeah, cool. I still need to go back and talk to the partner. See you next week. It makes my job a lot harder. So, if they say it's the biggest part, then the logic is not handled. There's still something there. Don't move on until the partner is handled. Okay, is it a case that you have to speak with your partner? Or is it a case of figuring out the finances so we can get you sorted on this call? And if they say, no, I actually have to speak with the partner. Responsibility closed. Perfect. So why have I done that? I've done that to clarify what their position really is. Because it's ambiguous. I don't want ambiguity. I want them to tell me, no, I need to talk to my partner. That's like, okay, good, responsibility close. Or no, you know what, no, we can just talk finances. It's fine. Then, okay, good, you've told me. Good. Let's talk finances. Good. But if there's ambiguity, yeah, that's the biggest part. If there's ambiguity there, then I can't move forward with ambiguity. Because I haven't ruled out responsibility close. I've not ruled it out yet. It's still on the table. No, I've not clarified that. So do you need to go back to speak to your partner? Or is it a case of just figuring out the finances so we can get you started on this call? No, I need to speak to the partner. Okay, cool. Responsibility close. Can I ask, in terms of getting to that 10K a month and achieving this financial freedom for your family, for your wife, getting the stress, whose responsibility is that ultimately? And the struggle for the past 5 years, this and that, all the ups and downs, money invested, that was you too. Okay. Can I ask, what's your wife's name? Partner's name? Fiance's name? I hate being impersonal, calling them fiance. Okay. Rachel. Can I ask, what does Rachel do for a living? Ah, she's a teacher. Okay, I see. With respect to Rachel, I can't imagine that she comes to you when it comes to making decisions, when it comes to her teaching. Clean that up your scene. With respect to Rachel, I can't imagine that she does reverse. With respect to Rachel, I can't imagine that she comes to you when it comes to making a big decision when it comes to her job. You know that she doesn't have the same level of investment, commitment, and risk invested in your job, in your decisions, the same way you don't have the same level of risk and investment in her decisions when it comes to her job. The same way you don't when it comes to her job. So, with respect to Rachel, and again, I understand, I've got a girl too. She's an orthopedic surgeon, or she's going to be. She's going to be the fucking best. Why would it compose you, see? Why would it be fair to ask her? Why would it be fair to ask her to make a decision that she doesn't bear the full responsibility, the full risk, and the full struggle of? Full risk and full responsibility of? No, I'm not saying that she can't lend an ear. I'm not saying that she can't root for you. I'm not saying she can't lend an ear. I'm not saying that she can't root for you. No, as a good partner should. As a good partner should, absolutely. But the reality is that she's not responsible for you reaching that 10K a month. That responsibility lies solely on your shoulders. When you are in that position, when you have this 10K a month, you've got this financial freedom. Okay, you're in this position where you're doing this X, Y, and Z for your wife, for your family, providing for their education, role model. You feel successful in yourself, providing for your family, this, that, and the other. And that's going to be her over the moon and enjoying the fruits of the actions that you took, achieving what you said you would. But again, whose responsibility is that? So if that is the reality, so if that is the reality, and you alone accept the risk and responsibility, what decision does the man who has achieved 10K a month make now to get to that achievement? Does that man go back and ask his partner? Does that man go back and ask his wife, his partner? Does that man go back? Back. Emphasis on the back. We only move forward here. Men of action. Or women of action. Come on, Eva. Does that woman go back and ask her husband? She might do. She might do. In which case, I'd have to empower them. When it comes to women, empower them to make those decisions. Comes to guys, provoke if needed. Like, come on now, get your head out of your ass. You're asking your wife? What the fuck is wrong with you? I wonder if being that truthful would work. Ask your wife? What, your balls drop off? The fuck? What else is left? What else is coming up for you, bothering you? Let's have that real conversation. Is it the finances? Is it a bit of uncertainty? Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, as soon as the training recording is up and I've got the Zoom link, I'm reviewing how he was handling this with the logic fully. He's talking about lines of logic, which makes more sense. It's less robotic. It's less robotic than they said this. I'm going to go down this system. Because really, how's that going to work? Conversations are so nuanced. So nuanced. So you have to be able to adapt to every little thing that can happen. Can't be robotic. Having a system helps, but fundamentally understand the logic that I'm actually responding to makes so much more sense, because it means I can just adapt to whatever my prospect is saying, as opposed to being stuck in a script framework. Fuck that. Fuck that. The world doesn't work like that. Yeah. So having a strict framework, definitely training wheels, not the end result. Tell me more about fear. I want to know as much about the fear before handling it with logic. So if they say, yeah, it's just I've got a busy time coming up, so I just want to take some time to think about it. I'm going to be busy coming up. If I'm using the systems model, they've said they're busy. I understand, and life is busy, and this is just one version of. No, relax. Tell me more about you being busy, just to see if there's anything I can do to help again. Tell me more. Why are you saying you're busy? Because you might have a fucking point. I've got 15 funerals coming up in the next 2 days. Argue with that. Life is busy. Tell me more. Like, I want to know. Obviously, they're not going to say that. They're not going to say that they are too busy. They'll try to justify it. So yeah, I've got 2 birthdays coming up. I've got the holiday seasons. Okay. Out of curiosity, during this period of time, are you going to be shutting down your ecom brand to make time for this, or are you going to be running this regardless? Or is it going to be running regardless? Or are you going to be operating this business regardless? Okay. When it comes to operating a business, how many hours a day would you say you put into the business itself? Key part. How many hours would you say it's about 10 to 12 hours a day? It's probably less. And is that 7 days a week, or is there a day or two where you take off? There's probably a day or two where they take off. Yeah, it's been working 6 days a week. Okay, so you got a day off. Oh yeah, I do about 8 hours. Okay, so you got a spare hour, 2 hours a day. That's 10 hours during the week, days. And fuck knows what you're doing during the weekends. Yes, you have to spend time with your kids and that. What, you don't have 2 hours on the weekend? That's 14 hours. That's all you need. 14 hours. If you can make time for 10 hours a week, then you can get the results that you're looking for consistently. Life. Then you go to the okay. Well, if you can find, and you can, if you can find, don't say you can. It's assuming it's challenging. Finding 10 hours a week to put into this, you'll see the results that you want consistently. It's up to you because life is busy. Your birthday's coming up, this, that. That's just one version of that. There will be things coming up again and again. And that's fine because that's the life that you're asking for. The life that the man who achieves that 10k a month, who achieves this level of competency, that life is also busy. So what decision does that man who embraces this, what decision does that man make here today? Does he put it off? Or does he embrace? Or does he find a way? I'm talking about us right now. This isn't the script. Or does he find a way to get to that 10k month despite life being busy? Okay. And if there's no other objections, emotional crossroads. It's time to eat. Emotional crossroads. Okay. The question I have for you is, are you willing to step up and be the man who makes those changes and puts in the work necessary despite what life throws at him and how busy periods can be in order to get that 10k a month and achieve this financial security for his wife and be the man and this and that, or be the woman and be able to provide? Yes or no? Okay. And when it comes to achieving, and when it comes to experiencing this financial freedom, don't say the 10k month because it's numbers now. We've cleared that. When it comes to experiencing this life, this financial freedom, this pride, this respect, and this abundance, is this a life that you feel like you deserve to experience for yourself and for your family? Yes or no? Okay. Why do you feel like you deserve this? Okay. Out of curiosity, why do you feel like you deserve this? Okay, well then can I challenge you to draw a line in the sand? Now, either all the objections have been handled and it's like, sure, or something else comes up. I just need to think about it. Now, they'll only say that I need to think about it if I've not handled that properly. Because logically it shouldn't make sense. Cool. Right. SDR role, DM setting role. There's no programs, don't pay for these. But these will prove that I'm in remote sales, help me build a portfolio. When it comes to selling myself and what I can do, don't say, hi, I'm a DM setter. Hi, I'm in remote sales. I've been in the space for this many months. Here's what I'm good at. Here's what I can provide. Here's what I'm focusing on. Why I'm in sales. What's driving me. Here's what I specialize in. Here's what makes me different. I can think of many things that makes me different. I'm a dental student at the top university in England. I'm a boxer who's fighting in April. I used to do pro wrestling. I did karate for 3 times before the national sparring champion. I'm a fucking killer. I put in the work and I think outside the box and I'm not afraid to do that. My pro wrestling proves that. Who the fuck else do you know that does pro wrestling? No one. Exactly. Right? I'm not afraid to take risks and gamble on myself and put in the work. There are my strengths. Take it or leave it. Cool, that works. That's my edge. Because literally, no one else can say that they've done what I've done. Other people have done some things that I've not done. That's their edge. That's what sets them apart. But this is my edge. This is my competitive edge. Fucking lean into it. Use that shit. Use it. Fuck yeah. That'll be a very, very good profile. And by the time June comes around, get into that Quantum Pro protocols training and outwork all these motherfuckers. Outwork everyone. No proof that it cannot be done. I will be a first. I'm a winner regardless. The idea that you find yourself is a load of bullshit. Finding yourself. What the fuck does that mean? Find yourself. You don't find shit. You are who you are. If you want to change who you are, then you build yourself. You build something new. Another way to think about it is carve yourself out of marble or stone if you prefer. I prefer marble. Marble's cool. Carving a monument. Yeah, you ain't finding shit. That's lazy. Finding shit. Oh, I just found myself. The fuck? It's easy. No. I built myself. Carved myself out of marble. It was fucking difficult. And I had to change myself multiple times. Many parts of myself. These fucking glasses, yeah. Not fucking even. Cool. Many parts of myself had to die. That's the marble or the stone falling onto the floor. All parts of me that die. Saying I found myself skips all of that. It's bollocks. Constant improvements. I've been thinking about power and strength. A younger, less experienced version of me used to go, I'm not going to engage in these power games. I'm better than that. But what that is avoidance, because the game exists whether I take part in it or not. It's the equivalent of sitting at a game of Monopoly and be like, I refuse to roll the dice. The game goes on regardless, you win or you lose regardless. So the best move on the board is to play. True strength is mastery, not avoidance. And power is not a bad thing. Power is neutral. Whether it's good or bad depends on the person. I believe truly in my heart I'm a good person. I try my best to be. Always. And I always analyze myself. Am I making the right decision for the people around me? Sometimes I might not be. I don't know. It's why I analyze. But knowing that, I'm now conditioning myself and talking to myself and saying, people will acquire power regardless. People will play this game regardless. There'll be good people that acquire this power, and there'll be bad people. Knowing that, and also knowing that in my heart I'm a good person, and I try to be every day, and I always try to weed out any weakness in myself. Knowing that I have a responsibility and duty to the people around me to acquire power, because I know I would use it in a place, coming from a place that comes from abundance, love, prosperity. Hmm. Avoiding the game doesn't make me superior or better than other people. It just makes me less influential. Less influential to spread either good intentions or bad intentions. I have good intentions. What avoiding the game means I'm less able to spread good intentions. At the end of the day, this whole game of life is just a big game of patterns. What patterns can we create? Can we affect other people's patterns? Can we create patterns in the form of systems, businesses, teams? Teams of people can create bigger changes in terms of patterns, bigger patterns. The patterns we create, do they help people or do they hurt people? They can do both. They can hurt people. I'm not looking to hurt people, but I am looking to create big, big patterns. Mm. That's my purpose, to create the biggest patterns possible for the people around me. People around me, that's a limited scope because there's more people around me than I can even perceive. Mm. Create the biggest patterns possible because those patterns will be here and they'll be affecting people after I'm dead. That's the real reason I'm here. Because it's bigger. It's literally bigger than me. Because I'll die. My name will be forgotten in 1,000 years. But the patterns have a knock-on effect. And if I create big, big patterns that helps other people, that creates a bigger chain reaction. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah, that gets me fired up. Cool. Time 26 minutes past 8. Time to eat. I got some good fucking food. Of course I do. Good trading.